then you could go on just 1 gram. And then one other thing worth noting is, depending on how overweight you are, if you are severely overweight, then you wouldn't want to do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight based off of the weight that you currently are at. You would want to do 1 gram per pound of body weight based off of your goal weight. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in and welcome back to another Sunday Q&A. Steven here with Team U4Work, and today's question comes from a World Carnivore Tribe group on Facebook where a member had recently asked, "Clear my doubts. Will somebody finally tell me how much protein? I want to lose weight, I don't exercise. I have a standing job 8 hours per day. Does protein make weight stand still? 1 to 1.3 grams of protein per 1 kilogram of body weight or more. I weigh 66 kilograms. Well, with regard to protein consumption, it's going to come in a range, and that range is going to be anywhere from 0.8 to 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So if you are somebody who weighs 66 kilograms, then you are roughly going to be around 140 pounds. So for you, 140 would be a baseline, and then depending on whether you are trying to gain, maintain, or lose weight, that's going to dictate how much protein you need. When you are trying to build muscle, you need your level of muscle protein synthesis to exceed your level of muscle protein breakdown in order to build muscle. If your level of muscle protein breakdown exceeds your muscle protein synthesis, then you're going to lose muscle. And when both of them are equal, you're going to be able to maintain the amount of muscle that you have. Now, with regard to muscle protein synthesis, when you are in a caloric surplus, you're naturally going to be in a more anabolic state. So your protein requirements are not going to be quite as high, and you can get closer to that 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. Whereas when you are in a caloric deficit, your body's going to be in a naturally catabolic state. So your protein requirements are going to be a little bit higher, and you're going to want to get closer to that 1.5 grams per pound of body weight, depending on the amount of deficit that you are in. Now, for you specifically, you would mention that you want to lose weight. So because you want to lose weight, that means that you need to be in a caloric deficit. And because you want to be in a caloric deficit, that means that your protein requirements are going to be a little bit higher. So you're going to want to get a little bit more than 1 gram per pound of body weight. And again, it's going to depend on the amount of a deficit that you are in. If you are in a very, very small deficit, then you could probably get away with 1.1 to 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. If you are in a very large deficit, which is something that I don't recommend because for most people, it's not going to be very, very sustainable. But if you are in a very large deficit, you're going to want to get closer to the higher end of that range, closer to that 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. So because you are 140 pounds, if you were in a very large deficit, then you would want to get somewhere around 210 grams of protein. If you are in a very, very small deficit, you could get away with somewhere in the 150 to 170-ish range in terms of your protein requirements. But that's just a few different ways in which you could go about determining how much protein you need. Take your body weight, 1.1 to 1.5, depending on the size of the deficit. The larger the deficit, the closer to that 1.5. The smaller, the closer to that 1.1. If you are trying to maintain, once you get to your point of you actually made the weight that you would like to achieve, then you could go on just 1 gram. And then one other thing worth noting is, depending on how overweight you are, if you are severely overweight, then you wouldn't want to do 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight based off of the weight that you currently are at. You would want to do 1 gram per pound of body weight based off of your goal weight. So let's say right now you are around 140 pounds and you want to make it your goal to get to 100 pounds. I have no idea how tall you are. I have no idea what you look like, but let's just use that for argument's sake. You would not use 140 as your baseline. You would use 100. So when you are in a caloric deficit, 1 to 1.5 grams for 100 pounds is what you would use to determine your protein requirements. But go ahead and give that a try. And if you have any questions at all with regard to protein consumption or anything else, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I could help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.